Hello and welcome to Daily Inspirations. I'm Michelle Dawn. This is Mouser, and today we are going to be talking about resetting your planner for a new month or a new year, and going over some of the worksheets from Jane's Agenda. If you do choose to shop at Jane's Agenda, please consider using my affiliate link and code, which are in the description below. If you are a subscriber, you get free printables print print printables. Is that right? Is that how you say it, Kiki? Print printables. It sounds funny. It sounds like I'm adding an extra T in there. Anyway, you get free printable worksheets. I do not get mine printed because I do not have a printer, and it costs money to get them printed. It costs more than just the cost of the printing because I have to drive a gas guzzler very far away to go pick up things that I need printed. So if it's only a page, I will typically do something like this, which is I used my little foam memo, what is it called, a thermal printer, and I just typed in the information from the worksheet. I abbreviated some of it, and then I printed out because it comes out in like long strips. So I typed it in there, and I like formatted how I wanted it, and then I printed it out. That printer does sticky paper, like sticky it's sticker paper. It's like sticky on the other side. Anyway, I stick them in here, and then I used some stickers from the Giving Girl to decorate. I did label this one wrong. This was supposed to be new calendar inserts. So it's basically a yearly check-in, not a monthly. So I just want to go over it with you and tell you how I used it. So the first thing that you do when you're transitioning to a new year is to transfer and add important events to your new inserts. So things like annually repeating events, self-care routines, due dates, academic calendars and schedules, sports schedules, performances, meetings, non-negotiables, core values. That was one that I didn't used to think about, and now I do. Obviously, all the deadlines, right? Vacation itineraries, um, numbers that you reference often. I do not have like phone numbers that I reference often. I'm sure I'm like most people and only use my phone for my contacts, which is probably not a good idea, but that's where they live, and right now that's all I'm going to do about it. Affirmations and quotes, um, work schedule, and scheduled time off work. So you'll go through your monthly calendar, for example, and put in all of those things. So I had a doctor appointment, the puppy training schedule, uh, book club, puppy shots, things like that. And you would go through like every month and fill in what needs to be in that section. And then also you could do that in this layout, the year at a glance list layout. You could do all of those things in here. I haven't touched any of these pages yet. I'm still making decisions. I know it's mid-January, but I'm still making decisions. Okay, that was in reference and templates. Okay. So you've got that, and then that's basically your physical planner, what you need to do to get your physical planner ready. Whew, sorry about that. I had to take a sneeze break. Okay. Um, this is basically what you're going to need for a your physical planner setup for the new year. Those are all of the things that you want to put in so that you have them and you're ready. Okay. Then you have expert planning tips that Jane and team have given us. Use friction pens and highlighters to erase and correct. I used to use only gel pens that were not erasable in my, well, in everything, just because I like the way that they feel. My fan just fell off the ceiling. Okay, anyway, I used to use particular pens because I like the way they feel when I write. However, I was getting frustrated with whiteout and crossing things out and making arrows, etc. So I decided to take Jane's advice and try out the friction pens because I have gotten at least a couple from Jane's Agenda subscription boxes, and I was resistant to change, but I finally did try it, and I I love them. I love the highlighters and the pens. They make my planning life so much easier. Replace worn page dividers and dashboards. Okay, so I did that. I showed you all in the planner tour. I did replace some of my dashboards and pages. Um, give your planner a fresh look with our monthly cover club. Of course, I do that every month. Extra set of discs to create an archive planner for inserts you may need to reference. I do have that. Um, I find that if I start my planner, uh, okay, so I start my reference planner in February from January's things, right? So at the end of January, I'll go through and I'll take out my monthly and weekly and health tracking sections and put them in on a new set of discs. And at the end of the year, after doing that every month, I will have a complete planner of 2026. And I like to do that because I like to reference those for next year, next month, a few months on the road, next quarter, etc. I like to go back and look at those things. And then if I don't need them, I recycle. Next one, give your planner, oh, I already said that, extra discs. My extra discs are all plastic. The beautiful metal discs that I get from Jane's Agenda, these are midnight blue, are stored in my pretty disc storage box that I also got from Jane's Agenda. Um, and I use those for the planner that I'm working with. Okay, so for example, I'm going to change the color of discs for February. They're not going to be blue anymore. I haven't decided which ones, but they're not going to be blue anymore. Um, so the reference planner, since it's not something that I am working with on a daily basis, and I don't feel the need to like have it be pretty all of the time, and I don't want to waste my beautiful discs, I have those on plastic. Um, fresh note paper inserts, I did that. I also got all of my monthly inserts, both layouts and my biohacking log is in every month. Schedule non-negotiables like self-care first. So that's when you're adding and transferring information. You want to make sure you schedule those non-negotiables here and your self-care. Like your self-care first. So for example, My doctor appointments are part of my self-care, so I do that. I put those on the schedule right away. And then anything else is planned around those things that are non-negotiables. Pre-plan on at-a-glance pages to avoid mistakes in the weekly, and that's what I showed you up here. You have this option with the list of dates, right? So it's 1 through 30 or 31 or 28, whatever the case may be. And then you also have, I don't know if you have it, I also have, Jane sent us these in a, did these come in a box or did these come with the 18? These must have come with the 18-month inserts that I ordered last summer. All right, so anyway, this is like a task list. So things that you need to do every month. I have not put any of that. Like I said, I haven't worked with these pages yet. For this year, we've really been taking it easy in January. I've not been well, and like I said, it's my reset month. I need to kind of decompress and process and plan and rest. Also, the weather changes, and I'm not feeling well. My pain is bad with the cold, etc. So anyway, that's your yearly check-in for your planner, not monthly. And then that's your physical planner, okay? And then this is a year in review. Instead of printing it with my foam memo printer, I just wrote out the questions. So it was called, the worksheet that we got was called A Year in Review, Celebrating Growth and Resilience. And then there are 5 sections, and there are 2 questions in each section to help you go through your year and think about how your year has been, and what you may need or want to improve for next year. For example, celebrating achievements. What were my significant milestones and achievements? What were the main challenges I faced, and how did I overcome them? Growth and learning. In what areas did I see the most personal and professional growth? What valuable insights have I learned about myself and my path? In goals review and adjustment, we have which goals did I achieve and which ones are still in progress? What have I learned that will inform my goal setting for next year? Then new year planning. What is my overarching vision or theme for this coming year? What will be my main areas of focus? For example, career, health, relationships. Strategies and resources. What skills do I need to develop or strengthen? What potential obstacles might I encounter, and how will I navigate them? I am going to give you an example. What skills do I need to develop or strengthen in this particular section of my yearly review? I realized that I need to strengthen my follow through, my time management. I think was the end word, the end phrase of what I need to develop and strengthen is time management. I'm very easily distracted. I dissociate. I just completely leave this plane of existence for a time, and I come back and it's maybe minutes or hours later and I haven't done anything. Sometimes I am hyper focused on something I shouldn't be, like picking at my skin or my nails or, bad habits, etc. So anyway, I am going to strengthen my time management skills by what potential obstacles might I encounter and how will I navigate them. So potential obstacles I just told you. And then how will I navigate them is going to be my time management strategies and coping mechanisms that I am learning in order to deal with, navigate these challenges, navigate these obstacles. Okay, so that's what I did for my end of the year in review. I have already done that, although my new year doesn't start until February 7th. I'm sorry, 17th. Um, I I'm really slow at pretty much everything. So yeah, I'm really really slow. So I needed the entire month of January to get, and actually most of December, to get my my brain, my thoughts together, to get I have periods of time of where I'm functional, right? So I'll be I'll be okay for a few hours one day, and and I can focus on goal planning, etc. And then maybe a week goes by and I can't, literally can't do anything. I was recording the Get Ready With Me for January, which never got published. I did a planner tour instead, but I was recording that, and I got to a point in the video. I was switching discs, so I had taken everything off of the discs, and I was about to do the next step, and all of a sudden I was like, I can't. I couldn't clean up what I had started. I couldn't even get out of the chair. I had a really hard time. Um, and then and then I needed to use my planner, so I ended up having to put the planner together and then doing a planner tour on camera instead of the Get Ready With Me. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. So anyway, this is the monthly planner reset that I do every month. And again, I printed this from a Jane's Agenda worksheet, um, on my foam memo printer, and stuck it stuck it down to the page. All right, so this is the monthly planner reset, insert or worksheet from Jane's Agenda. Excuse me. Reflect and archive. Reflect on the past month's achievements and challenges. Remove the past month archive pages for reference. I didn't used to remove the last month, but I do now. I have found that I don't need to reference that information as much as I thought I might need to. And when I do, I just go to my archive planner. So, reflecting on the past month's achievements and challenges is kind of like this page, but you're doing it on a smaller scale. And then archive your pages, remove them and archive them. Okay, migrate important information, review unfinished tasks and ongoing projects. That's really important every single month. Um, every month I go through my planner. Actually, I do this on a weekly basis as well. I open my planner cover and I go through every page. Every page. I flip, I flip, I flip, I flip, I flip, and I look back at what was unfinished, what is still going, important notes, ideas, and future events will be like in my my calendar, my monthly calendar, for example. I sometimes will put sticky notes on a page. I have sticky notes on this dashboard here. So I'll put transferring information over. I also have sticky notes over here. So I do that at least once a month, if not every week. Sometimes some weeks are better than others. Okay. So categorize and assign a new place in the planner for each of the notes, ideas, future events, ongoing projects, unfinished tasks, etc. Utilize sticky notes and page flags for easier migration, which I just showed you. Setting up a new month. You insert your new monthly pages, fill in your monthly pages with dates, deadlines, and goals. Define and break down monthly goals. Fill out your weekly layout with events, deadlines, and appointments. Customize with stickers, accessories, etc. Allow space for notes and brainstorming. Okay, so this section here does not happen every week. The weekly thing that I do is literally just reviewing the past week and all of the pages and what's ongoing, what needs to keep going, what I need to toss, etc. So setting up the new month, this is done with my Get Ready With Me. I put my new monthly pages in. So if you want to see me doing that, I have several Get Ready With Me planner edition videos up on my channel. I insert the new pages. I don't fill in my dates and things on camera, but I can start doing that if anyone is interested. Defining and breaking down my monthly goals. I go back to my goals section and projects, and it's typically kind of a flow, so I don't have to really break much down. Once I have my projects broken down, it's all already there for me already. I'll show you that, I think, the next video. And then filling out your weekly with your events, deadlines, appointments, and customizing it with stickers, etc. I have my space for brainstorming is typically on sticky notes that I have, because I put my affirmation of the week in the dot grid space typically. Sometimes I put it in the top corner, but yeah, see here I put it in the top corner. But brainstorming I typically do on a separate sheet of paper anyhow. Templates. Okay, so then review and adjust. Final check for practicality and completeness, and schedule time for regular updates and adjustments. So that scheduled time for regular updates and adjustments would be your weekly planner reset, your weekly planner review, whatever you would like to call it. And when you, at the end of the week or prior to the coming week, you sit down and kind of review the past week and reflect on that, as well as what's coming for the coming week. So that those are your planner resets. The rest of this section has nothing to do with that. But this is monthly planner reset. This would be a yearly planner reset, and this is the year in review. More these two things, the monthly and yearly planner reset, are mostly physical with some mental brainstorming and such, but this year in review is all like mental. You know, it's a thinking project. Okay. So that is it. That is how I reset my year and my month. And if you would like to see how I did reset for 2026, how I have my planner all set up, I do have a planner tour on my channel. It is, I believe, should be the video that was published right before this one. And I would like to thank you all so much for watching. If you do choose to shop at Jane's Agenda, please consider using my affiliate link and code, which are in the description below. And as always, stay inspired. Love y'all. Bye. Hello and welcome to Daily Inspirations. I am Michelle Dawn. Hello and welcome to Daily Inspirations. I am Michelle Dawn and this is Mosher Kitten. And today we are talking about resetting your planner for the new year.